The Playwrights Workshop Trinbago's monthly Readers Theatre Series 2018 for the month of May is carded for tomorrow. That's right. And to tell us more about the event in studio, we have a playwright who's also part of the National Drama Association of Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Safa Nemat Ali. And joining us from Tobago via Skype, we have playwright Tony Hall. Welcome. Good morning. Mr. Hall, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
All right, so we will join Mr. Hall a little bit later on. Okay, so the Playwrights Workshop, as I mentioned earlier, it's carded for tomorrow. So my first question to you is, what exactly is the Playwrights Workshop Trinbago and how long has it been around?
The Playwrights Workshop Trinbago is a collective of playwrights which expanded to include more than just playwrights, other theatre practitioners, persons who are interested in theatre, which includes general audiences. The idea behind it is to help playwrights develop the scripts that they've been working on. It has been established since 2003, where it started as just these playmaking workshops, and they tried to stage them. In 2009, we started the monthly Readers Theatre Series, where the first Wednesday of every month, we read new scripts.
A lot of writing takes place. If it's every month, you have this event.
First Wednesday of every month, and of lately, we've been getting so many scripts that we've been carding 2 or 3 scripts per reading.
Okay. So how has your experience been so far?
Well, it's been very interesting because I've been through the process of having my plays read there as well. It's a very important stage in playwriting where, as the playwright, you think you know what you're writing, but then somewhere along the line, you need to get that kind of feedback from other playwrights. You need to hear the work that you've been trying to write. So that helps because it gives you the opportunity to either consider what you've been told or not consider it, and then later on, maybe months down the line, you say, aha, that's what they meant, and then it gives you that extra oomph in your writing. What we did eventually was we realized that we couldn't keep reading, like what is the next step after reading these plays. So we started the annual New Play Festival, where scripts that have been read in the monthly readers, we choose from that, and then we take them into a script development process and a play building process where we bring in a dramaturg and a director to work with the playwright, and then we bring on actors in a play building process to help the playwright see their play staged. So it's a workshop process that the final showcase includes the involvement of audiences where they give feedback to the playwright, so then they can now come and continue writing and further develop the play.
So how long are the excerpts that you take from the original plays?
Well, usually we read the entire play. If it's a 10-minute play, if it's an hour-long play, 2 hours, whatever you submit, we read. With the US students, what we do is they go through a semester of playwriting, and whatever they've submitted at the end of the semester is what we try to see how much of it we could read, because sometimes there are 5 students we're trying to read for in one night.
Okay. Wow, it's a lot. Now, for instance, if you have a play, you said you're reading the play. Is it that you have the different characters reading their lines? How does it work?
So what we do is we have persons within the circle, some of whom are actors, that we identify. Well, you read for different characters. And so the playwright just sits there and listens to each character being read by a different person.
Great. I understand that Mr. Hall is on the line via Skype. Mr. Tony Hall, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
So we'd just like to welcome you to the conversation. We were chatting here with Ms. Safa Nemat Ali. She's also a playwright, and we're talking about the Playwrights Workshop Trinbago's monthly Readers Theatre Series. How do you feel at this time, having this event tomorrow? I know it's a monthly event, but what sort of preparations would have gone into place?
Well, this week it's the students at UE. They're doing their reading their final projects. For many of them, it's the first time they're going to hear any of their work in a public forum. So it's traumatic for them. They need to be supported. I tell them make sure they bring their friends and so on for support. So it's them getting their feet wet in this very, in some ways, dangerous arena of presenting your deepest responses to life, which is where the plays come from, you know. So this particular event, which happens every May with these students, is important, and it's important that people come out to support them and observe how new plays are made.
Great. Now, what aspects of playwriting have the students been engaged in for the semester?
Well, how long do you have? This is for entry level. The course at the University of the West Indies is for entry level. So it means that the basics would have to be looked at, talking about character, plot, the difference between plot and story. Where does the inspiration come from? Where does the story come from? How do you create? What is your own creative process? And are you ready to embark on the meditation that is writing? It's very, very difficult, writing. A lot of us talk a lot about writing. But as Naipaul said, talking about writing is not writing. So it's very much getting your whole body, your whole disposition, your whole way of seeing, getting it ready to sit and write. Some of us actually stand up and write, or walk around the room and write. But it's finding the creative energy within yourself and being confident enough to put it down. You know, trusting how you see the world as a viable way of addressing the world, you know?
You know, Mr. Hall, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you a question as a lecturer as well. There are some students who perform really well at subjects like math and physics and chemistry, because I remember having a student who wrote, it was A-levels at the time with me, and the person got A's in everything, but then he got a U and ungraded in GP general paper at the time. Is it that some of us, our brains are just not wired to write?
No. Teachers told us that when we were small, and we believe them. And so we've conditioned ourselves into thinking that we can't write. There are different approaches. One of the things we try to do in the class is for each student to find their way. What the education system tries to do is to fit everybody into the same mold and say, this is the way you have to learn. The education system does not entertain what nature has given us, which is every individual is unique and completely different from the other. So it's not that at all. That person who is having a problem writing in GP paper hasn't discovered yet what is their system, their process. And there's no room in the system for them to be allowed to discover what that is.
Great.
What that system, what their personal, their way. What most of us do is we push down all that we have going on in us from day one, the day we are born. Because from the day we are born, they tell us that we have a particular name, we belong to a particular race, we belong to a particular religion. So we forget everything about ourselves that we know, that we were born with, and we try to measure up to some image that our parents and the society is pushing down our throats. So we try to liberate all of that once you come into the playwriting.
So when you actually write a play, that's one thing, but your ability to express yourself, and I'm directing this question to you, Mr. Matali, your ability to express what you wrote, is that a challenge?
I wouldn't say it's a challenge, because I'm not even sure half of the times what I'm expressing.
Really?
It's just going to a space and just finding words, finding characters in that space, and just spewing it out all onto the paper. And then you take it to this space with other playwrights and other persons there who could give you feedback about what you didn't even know you wrote.
That's very interesting. So how do you sharpen your skills? Do you read a lot?
I read a lot. The monthly readers has helped me a lot because part of the discussions that we engage in gives you that kind of additional information that you wouldn't have gotten in just a playwriting course at any university level that we have in Trinidad. I try to, I really understand and appreciate an apprenticeship system. So I've stuck under Tony Hall for the past few years. I try to speak to as much playwrights as possible and find out for them what the process is. And then there's something about that that I can adapt to myself to figure out what my process is.
Great. Mr. Hall, when and where is this event once again? And do we have any sort of contact information?
That's tomorrow night. Actually, Safa has all the information.
Yeah.
It's at the Trinidad Theatre Workshop, and I must mention the Trinidad Theatre Workshop because the Playwrights Workshop Trinbago has had a relationship with the Trinidad Theatre Workshop for many years. So all our activities happen there, the readings primarily. And they're at 6 Newbold Street in St. Clair. That's their new premises. The phone number you can get from Safa.
Great. Safa, what's that number that we can call?
351-6293. Okay. And you can check us out on Facebook, Playwrights Workshop TT.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Hall. Definitely a pleasure chatting with you and getting that cleared up there with our brains being able to operate.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure. We hope to have more conversations.
Liberation. It's all about emancipation, you know. Yeah.
Emancipation of the
Also
mind.
to note, it's free admission.
Great, free admission. That's also very welcomed. Thank you so much. We take a short break, much more when we return.